I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Learned a lot recently. I've learned a lot about enlightenment and knowing yourself. And I used to think that I did. I used to think that I really knew what it meant to be enlightened and what it means to know yourself. But that was because of all the things I read and all the theories that I absorbed into my mind. I had a really good concept of what it meant to be enlightened and what it meant to know myself. But as time went on and I've gained certain experiences, the enlightening within my being began to happen. It wasn't so much from the things I read where enlightenment began to happen, but it was more so from the things that I experienced. The experience and the perception of my experience has led to a different knowing of myself. And the self that I've gotten to know actually isn't even Gordon, but it's the deepest aspect of Gordon that is God. That is the universe, that is source, that is my spirit, that is my soul. And I've gotten to experience that. I used to experience the story of Gordon more so than my spirit. I used to experience all the attributes of Gordon's personality, and that experience would color my knowing. And when my knowing was in alignment with my experience of Gordon, I was creating different things in life. And sometimes those things would be awkward situations because I would be looking through the lens of Gordon rather than looking through the lens of my spirit or the experience of my spirit. Sometimes I would feel really nervous when the camera came on because I look at the story of Gordon, in which Gordon sometimes felt uncomfortable. What do I look like? Now that doesn't even concern me. I would be looking through the lens of Gordon and I would be so attached to people's opinions of me. But as I began to move into a place of observing what Gordon would think and how Gordon would feel versus attaching myself to Gordon's experience. I know it's weird to hear me talk in third person, but that's just where the energy is now. The energy, the story of Gordon isn't me. It doesn't define me. And in experiencing that and stepping into that, it's liberated the soul. If you've ever heard the term ego, ego stands for edging God out. And if you look at the greats, people that have tapped into this higher consciousness, where they were moving people and shifting things on the earth, maybe Jesus or the Buddha, even Gandhi, Mother Teresa, it goes on and on and on. MLK even. These are all people that was able to not identify so much with the story of themselves and more so began to identify with the truth of the Spirit. And when you identify with the truth of the Spirit, you're able to take steps forward in life that you possibly may not have taken when identifying with Gordon. And when I say you, I mean I. These are things in my experience that I wouldn't have done because I was more so just wrapped up in all my BS. And it would hold me back. And so I've come to this place now where I talk in third person sometimes because Gordon isn't me. It's this story. It's this illusion. It's this thing I've made up. And I appreciate it and love it. And it's been entertaining and fun and full of all these different emotions. But I'm coming to a place where I'm realizing it's not about me anymore. I'm coming to a place where I realize it's about you. It's about us. It's about Source. It's about the Spirit. It's about unity. It's about serving. And it's about love. And that's all I can focus on now. I can choose to get reintegrated and reattached to the pattern and the story of Gordon, but my experience has changed. And once you experience something, you know it. And so I used to know myself in a way where, say I had an experience like I was made fun of in class for doing something silly, but it wasn't funny to people, right? Back when I was a kid. And in that experience of seeing everybody not react to something that was funny, I then began to tell myself how I was not funny and I should not be sharing myself, sharing my goofiness. I shouldn't be doing that. And so I began to know myself as a not funny person. And I began to know myself as someone who needs to sit the hell down and shut up. But I now looking through a different lens, a lens that is associated with my spirit. I look at that moment now and I see and I identify not with the way people responded to me, but I identify as I experienced feeling uncomfortable about myself once I saw that I wasn't being validated. Now with this lens, I recognize, because I had that experience, that uncomfortableness, that need for validation from others is something I don't prefer. And so rather than telling myself I'm not a funny person and I shouldn't be doing this, now I see, I'm a confident person because I saw that I did not prefer to feel unconfident based on how people responded to me. Does that make sense? So sometimes experiences in life are there so you can see what you're not. I've had all these experiences that are not in alignment with my highest self. And I had those experiences. I was gifted those experiences so I can clearly see and experience what I do not feel I am. And in that gift, I now can direct my attention and claim who I am. And so I just find it so refreshing and enlightening. I feel enlightened, right? I feel on the inside I've been sparked and I've released, inside I've released all this dense, heavy story that was Gordon, and so I'm lightened inside. My frequency has risen, my energies have risen, my consciousness has risen, and it's lighter, it's freer. Thoughts, I don't plan videos out, I don't have to. It's all right there and it just bubbles up to the surface. Energies move within my consciousness so much easier because I'm not so bogged down. I'm not intrinsically dampened and burdened by the story of Gordon. Instead, now I appreciate it because it gives me a perception of who I really am. I've seen Gordon do things that I really resonated with. My soul really resonated with. And I've seen things that Gordon has done. I've seen things that I have done in the past that I did not resonate with. And so by having those two things in my hands to play with now, I can look at all the things that I do not prefer about myself and take a mental note and release it, and then conceptualize the opposite of it and claim that and add it to the list of things that I know about myself. And all the things that I've seen in my life that I really resonated with on the deepest level, I can re-experience that and recreate it. And so, wrapping up, I hope this reflects back to you things going on within yourself, and it's of use and it serves you. I'm so excited to see what I create from this point on in my life, from this new place of knowing, because I've recognized that it's in knowing in which you can create miracles, in which miracles are bestowed to you. It's in this state of being in which all of the insights come to you, all of the thoughts come to you, all of the feelings come to you, all of the energies come to you. It's in that state of being that all of the resources come to you. And when I say you, I'm talking about my own experience. I've seen that in this state of being that I'm in right now, I'm experiencing new thought. I'm experiencing higher frequencies. I'm experiencing new emotions. I'm experiencing new clarity. And I'm recognizing that the law of attraction works for me differently. And resources are abundant and available because I know it. I'm not worried about lacking anything because I know I'm experiencing it myself as the universe. And because I am the universe, there's nothing that I don't have. There is nothing I need. I need money. Do I need some money? Money will find its way to me somehow. I don't know how, but that's not my problem. That's not my focus on the how. I just gotta be and know myself and do what I love, and it will come to me. It'll just stumble along my path. It'll stumble in front of me along my path. And so that's just been a very enlightening realization that I've made in life, and I wanted to share with you. So much love to you guys. If you found this video useful and insightful, hit that like button, and as always, you know to subscribe and ring that bell for further notifications, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think, but until next time, y'all be easy.
Subscribe!